Just 3 years after the release of Dying Light 2, we arrive at The Beast, Techland's newest entry to the series, a direct response to 2's criticisms. Kyle Crane is back, and he's even more badass than ever. Nighttime is actually dark and scary again, and both combat and parkour feel like an evolution of Dying Light 1, while still borrowing the good aspects of 2. It isn't a perfect replica of any one aspect of Dying Light 1, and honestly, that's a good thing. The Beast strikes a perfect balance between catering to nostalgia and still giving it its own unique identity, one that might even end up surpassing the first game in many people's eyes. Castor Woods is a beautiful open world, from the towering Alps surrounding the valley it's nested in, to its wonderfully varied environments. Dense cities, sprawling forests, and open countryside all rest within its boundaries, and your adventure within this world is one worth having. The amount of accessible interiors throughout the world is genuinely impressive, and the detail amongst it all adds to wonderful environmental storytelling. Techland even went the extra step, creating tons of unique interiors that break up the more generic locations. And this detail work applies to the broader world too, with all sorts of posters adorning the walls of homes, personal notes and artifacts scattered throughout, among other hints of life in this world before the zombie pandemic. Beyond environmental details, you can just tell that the budget was cranked up with The Beast. From its sleek, modern menus, dynamic cinematics, improved character models, and even just general improvements to its dialogue and narrative. Dying Light has never been a series known for its story. I'm not necessarily expecting any Last of Us moments to pop up at any point, and that's just fine. If you've already beaten the main quest, I do invite you to share your thoughts in the comments, but be sure to give ample spoiler warnings first. Regardless, gameplay is what defines Dying Light, and The Beast just doesn't miss. Weapons hit hard and feel impactful again, much closer to the brutal combat of Dying Light 1 than the lighter, floatier feeling of 2. The new gore and disfigurement system in particular is the gnarly cherry on top that makes combating zombies all the more satisfying. Gunplay 2 is leagues better than anything the series has had before. In many ways, firearms in the original game felt off. They worked and felt powerful, sure, but they weren't ideal. Gunplay in The Beast feels like you're playing Battlefield in comparison, even despite the power of firearms being a bit reduced across the board. Parkour is yet another pivotal aspect of Dying Light's gameplay, and to no surprise, they nailed it. Freerunning in The Beast feels akin to 1, but just a tiny, detectable bit of that floatiness is still around from Dying Light 2, but it makes for a unique feel that manages to capture the best aspects from both titles. On top of this, Crane's iconic moves return, and the game actually gives him a base skill set from the start, a great throwback to Dying Light 1 where you had to earn these abilities initially. And as a side note, it is genuinely refreshing for once that a developer listens to their fans instead of doubling down. The Beast gives props to the game that started it all, with all sorts of Easter eggs and references to it, while still not falling into the trap of relying on nostalgia bait. Beyond this, difficulty in general feels cranked up across the board. Regular zombies are genuinely dangerous again, and if anything, maybe just a bit too dangerous at the moment. Their grab move especially feels slightly magnetized, which definitely adds tension but can occasionally be frustrating. There are ways to deal with it, like the built-in knife counter, but this might be something that we see tweaked slightly over time, at least for the default Survivor difficulty level. Thankfully though, Crane has a brand new trick up his sleeve, Beast Mode. I haven't unlocked much of it yet, but evidently it's designed to offset the increased difficulty. Beast Mode definitely feels empowering, but it's not without its drawbacks. It causes tons of noise, and consequently, it seems to attract swaths of runners and other infected right to your position. It's a great addition, and a high-risk, high-reward tool that fits perfectly into Dying Light's already tense combat. In addition to the higher baseline difficulty, dark areas are another returning staple, and break up the open-world flow in the best way possible. These spaces are tense, claustrophobic interiors that stay dangerous even in the daytime, often crawling with specialty infected, from the classic volatiles to entirely new zombie types. And there's also some nice changes from the previous titles. For example, most dark areas I've encountered seamlessly exist in the world, whereas in Dying Light 1, I remember them almost always having a loading screen attached, a small but very appreciated upgrade. As usual, the best part of this new and improved gameplay is its integration with Dying Light's flawless co-op, from hilarious moments, action-packed sequences, to rooftop zombie dropkicks. I could make an entire video focused on how well Techland has utilized co-op since the very first game, but I won't dwell on it too long in this video. On top of entirely new zombie types, the design of the standard infected themselves has also been greatly varied. Body types, clothing, and even subtle details help them stand apart, while still maintaining that distinct look that Dying Light's infected have compared to other zombie media. And one final praise for this game, Dying Light the Beast is only $60. In today's industry where $70 has quickly become the norm, and developers are even trying to push it to $80, Techland easily could have charged more, but they didn't. It's a refreshing move that makes the package feel like an even better deal. I wish this next point wasn't as important as it is, but it's just the unfortunate reality of gaming these days. Performance. This is a bit more of a PC-focused point, but bad optimization isn't relegated to PC only. Thankfully, this really isn't a concern with the Beast. The game is well optimized, and the performance matches its graphical fidelity for the most part. You've got frame generation, DLSS, and other features as performance aids, but they feel more like an optional tool for aging hardware, rather than something that needs to be turned on to even have the game playable. Yet again, I'm looking at you, Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay, that joke is kind of getting old now. That being said, while performance is solid, I did run into a few glitches in my first 15 to 20 hours so far. Nothing that couldn't be fixed with a quick reload, but still worth mentioning. Both I and my friend have gotten ourselves stuck in different parts of the map, endlessly falling in place and being unable to move. But outside of these two very specific moments, they're the only hiccups I've experienced so far. No game is perfect, but I definitely do hope these issues are patched very soon. If you want me to revisit the Beast with a full analysis after I finish it, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and light the torch by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. The Kindled Keep awaits your return.